The Granny Snatchers by Matthew Lane. I could see there was only one thing to do: investigate the disappearance of my next-door neighbours. They went missing 2 weeks ago. Their names are Bill and Sue, the father and mother of Kim and Steve. They went missing on Sunday, April the 3rd, the same day a black removal van parked up in the street. That afternoon, before I went back into my house, I saw them in their living room. When I came out, their door was wide open, and they were gone. At the opening of their door, on the floor, was a smashed picture with a message on it. Well, a sort of map. I got on my mountain bike and set off to look for my neighbours. I looked at the map again and saw some blood on the corner. I followed the map to an old shop. Inside the shop there were 3 men, a white man, an old man, and a black man. I handed them a photo of my neighbours. They looked at each other very suspiciously, then denied ever having seen them. Then the old man pulled out a gun and pointed it toward an old house at the top of the hill. I went up to the house and knocked on the door. It swung open. I was getting very worried, so I phoned up some of my friends on my mobile. They came down. We all started checking the house out. Through one of the windows we saw a glimmer, a white light. We followed it. It led us to 3 doors. My mate Jack took the first door, Mike the second, and me the third. As I went in, I heard screaming. I walked on to where the scream came from. The scream was from my neighbour, Sue. She shouted, "Save us!" And I asked her, from who? "The Granny Snatcher!" "Who's the Granny Snatcher?" "An alien from Most Wanted on TV." Sue told me she and Bill had been snatched from their house and tortured with some kind of high-pitched sound. The sound was a cry for help. Their species was in danger from the hunters who were out to kill them. I left Sue and went searching for the Granny Snatchers in another part of the house. I went into the kitchen and went through another door. I followed a misty, muggy passageway. I carried on through until I found them, a family of Granny Snatchers. I don't know why, but I began communicating with them in Spanish. They understood me. They told me they were terrified of the hunters on their planet. They said the only way to stop them was to get 5 tires for an experiment. So I went and got 5 tires for them. I went for a trip in the Granny Snatchers space Cadillac. We found the hunters, who took the 5 tires. They promised they would leave us alone, but they snatched me as well. The Granny Snatchers didn't seem to care very much. Along with the tires, the hunters took me to a scrapyard and told me to take the tires off of every single car there, or they'd kill me and my family. So I went off and made a big gun, and I killed them all. That's a lesson for them not to mess with me. Those hunter punks are sorry now. His dog, they went missing, starting with the scream, then